Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Yamcha Therapy. My name is dextercheong, and my friend over here is Hayden. Today, we are going to talk about runner's high or
Mhm.
runner's high.
High. What is runner's high?
So, runner's high is when
Oh.
I would say in when you're running
Mm-hmm.
midway, you feel
Mm-hmm.
a sudden surge of energy, a sudden surge of happiness.
Penis. Shit.
And
Okay.
I will call it a Red Bull because it gives you energy as well, with happiness
Mm-hmm.
because you become happy. And the thing is, this doesn't just stick for that session; it actually sticks with you for the whole day, and you actually feel good
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Oof.
Have you come
Okay.
across this in your studies in psychology?
No, because I don't study sports psychology, but I do experience this before. Because as we know, I used to swim,
Yes.
and when it comes to like sprinting, let's take sprinting at mid distance because I don't do distance. So when it comes to sprinting, after warm up and at the beginning of the set, it always feels sucks.
Hmm.
But in the middle of the set and towards the end of the set, same like both sprinting or mid distance, you suddenly gain energy from nowhere, and you start to like, I want to go faster, I want to go stronger, and suddenly like, even though your body's tired, you tend to do better pace times than when you just started the set.
Hmm.
And you just feel more energy. You feel like, oh my gosh, this is what training is. You feel very happy when you see like time improvement, of course, but during the swim, you're like the motivation is getting like very, very strong, and you just want to like accomplish something when you're doing.
But
Mhm.
does this feeling stick with you for the whole day?
Does this stick with me for the whole day? It depends though. Like let's say if it's a set that it's around my 70-80% level stress level, I would say yes.
What do
But
you mean
when
by
it goes
stress,
beyond,
Hayden? What do you mean by stress level? Is it the perceived rate of exertion?
to be honest, like I'm not that sure about what stress level is, but in every single training, my coach used to tell me, okay, so for this training session, you're gonna estimate around like 60% stress level, 70% stress level. So how much you want to push.
Because
So for example, uh-huh.
Because for running, it's a perceived rate of exertion from 1 to 10, 1 being the easiest and 10 being the absolute hardest.
Yes, let's take it that way. That'll be much more easier. Just so a scale of 1 to 10, one it's like, oh, I'm just chilling, I'm not
It's
gonna do
easy, yeah.
anything, and 10 is like, you gotta push all out, right? So if the level it's around like 6 to 8-ish, I would feel like okay, I have a lot of energy and I'll have a lot of happiness throughout the whole day. When it's too less and when I don't hit that threshold, I'll be like, what the hell did I just did for the past 2 hours? I don't know. And if I hit too much, which is around, I'll say above 8, 9, or 10, I'll be very, very tired and I just want to fall asleep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that is my experience of swimming high rather than runner's high.
So
Yeah.
this do you know what would this phenomenon would be called generally?
No, I do not.
Do you know why it happens?
Why it happens. From a neuroscience perspective, when you're in that position, we call it zone. So what does zone mean? Zone means that you're into something where you're very, very focused on and you enjoyed it in the same time, which you would release hormones such as oxytocin, the love hormone, and
Hmm.
dopamine, the motivation hormone, and also the addiction hormone. So from that perspective, you I would know why, and it makes sense why, because your hormone is pushing your boundaries to hit that threshold to let you feel having this satisfaction feeling throughout your whole day.
Have you
Mhm.
experience, these high during your events?
Competition?
I mean, cause yours
No.
is just a sprinting, so I wouldn't know.
No, so sprinting and do I would say no because it's just a very short amount of time. So I wouldn't feel much. And sprinting, we're more towards on squeezing every single bit of juice of our muscles. So our stress level will be 10 all the time. But when I tend to do distance, so for example, I tried the 800-meter freestyle once.
Hmm.
At the start of the race, I feel okay. I feel strong because it's just the start. Around the 400-meter mark, my body is kind of like dead-ish because I'm a sprinter. I don't really do like distance. So, um, sprinter in the terms of like I sprint like 100 200 meters. All right, so back to the story. When I'm in a race of like 4 to 500 meters, I tend to feel like my body's starting to die. And when it comes to the 700 ish, 600 is still okay, but especially around like the 700 and 800 mark, my body tends to feel like stronger. I'm like, okay, I could push now. There might be a lot of reasons. One of the reasons maybe because it's towards the end of the race, I want to give all the best I got.
Hmm.
The other one might be runner's high, which
Have you
yeah.
tried running lately? I mean, other than the time that
Lately,
I've ran with you, that's the only time I've ran with you.
yeah, yes, I do. I try running on a treadmill, and when I run on a treadmill, I don't feel runner's high
I hate
at
treadmill.
all.
I hate treadmill.
Treadmill is depressing. You're like just staring at the same thing over and over. Huh, that sucks.
Yes.
But uh-huh.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when it comes to um running outdoor, I do feel runner's high. So it's I noticed that runners high. So when I say running, I don't run more than an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I often feel the runners high kicking in around like the 30-40 minute mark. And
And
I tend to
in
feel
terms of
like
distance, which kilometer would that be?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I just run.
Okay, good,
And
good.
when I see that's and like around 30-40 minute, I feel like very, very good. I feel very refreshing. So I just keep running to the 50-minute mark. And after the 50-minute mark, I tend to feel more tired because the run is making me feel so good, which automatically makes me want to run faster.
Yeah.
So after like around 5 to 10 minutes, I feel more exhausted and my energy goes down again until the 16-minute mark. But after running, I'll just come back, take a hot shower or cold shower or contrast, of course, take like a 10-20 minute nap, like power nap.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wake up, I just need to like use cold water and just blast my face just to refresh myself. And whew, I'm gonna be like the best mood of myself throughout the day. That's me.
Do you remember the time we ran together? How did you feel during the run?
Okay, so first of all, do you want to give some context on or what we ran or how many kilometers we ran?
I think I was doing my long run and it was, I can't recall, maybe about 16K, 16.
16.
I
16.
think. I think.
And where did we run again? It's
It was in
in.
Kopong Metropolitan Park.
Yeah. So our goal is to run like 4 rounds, right? Is it 5 laps? Like
I
five whole.
I have to
I
check.
kind of forget.
I have to check
Yeah.
because I can't
So
recall.
I remember the first and second round. I'm like, oh, this is nothing to me. Um, the third round, I kind of start to feel a little bit of fatigue.
I'm
Um,
searching it from my Strava history.
all right, I need to recall this too. Like the first round, of course, is just started. I feel very nice, refreshed. I'm like, oh my gosh, finally I get to run again. Um, like in a like a new setting.
Hmm.
Then the second round, I was getting a bit
It wasn't
fatigued.
16, it was 12K.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I would say one lap is 3K.
3K. So we did four
Yes.
laps.
Yes, we did four
So I
laps.
do remember the third round, I was very dead. I was asking for a lot of walks. The second round was fine, but towards the end of second round, my energy levels dying down. The third round, it was very. I was in. It was very very tiring. Also because I took a shit, so that kind
Yes.
of broke the whole
Yeah,
momentum.
you broke my
And the
momentum as well.
yeah, I really broke the momentum. And the fourth round, the start of the fourth round was it was like dead ass bad because I was like maybe like for the first couple steps I'm feeling very good because that huge 15-minute shit just get me like and like energetic again. So the first I would say 200 steps is kind of like decent, and suddenly I feel like a whole big pressure like booming on me, and that is like crap. Like I feel bad again, and towards the end, the motivation starts kicking in. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost over, and then I just like ran it through.
And you
So
were sweating a
I
lot as well.
I was sweating a lot. I was sweating a lot, and back to runner's high. I don't think I really experienced that.
Why? Why?
Why?
Why didn't you
May
experience? I mean, why?
why? Good question. Why did I not experience runner high? Oof. Maybe because I hate the sport. Running potentially. I run just for the sake of health.
I mean, it is also endurance sport, and swimming
It is.
is an endurance sport as well.
It is. I would say because I maybe I just don't have a connection with running. I like to do different sports.
Hmm.
So when I do different sports, the sports high would always came into me in the middle. But if I keep doing the same sports over and over, or I tend to get bored. When I'm bored with that scenario, that is where I don't really feel that runner's high happening in me. Like for swimming, that's like a certain time where I would not feel runner's high because I just got demotivated in swimming. But when I gain my motivation back, the swimming high would always come back in the middle of any sets. So for running, I feel potentially I might be bored in running. That's why I don't really feel that running high.
Maybe that's what.
But
Maybe you feel bored because you run treadmills.
yes, that is a good one because
You
I
can
am very
always
used
go
to
to
running on
parks.
treadmill.
You can always go to parks.
Yep, that is so true. Yeah,
Because I've tried the
because my
treadmill, and I feel it's just too boring. I sometimes do my intervals in the treadmill because sometimes I'm just too lazy to go out, and I just don't like the feeling of being in treadmills because my intervals, the distance could amount to 7K and above, and yeah,
uh-huh.
it's just boring in a treadmill for an hour. Nah.
Yeah, and you're just sticking in that little room or gym, just staring at the same thing over and over again. If you're in like a very fancy gym, maybe you get to see like cars running around. But I think I would say we both are nature people,
Yes, I
and we
am.
need to like go out more. So because of that, like when I often run on the treadmill and suddenly going out running outside, I might tend to feel like my body might automatically shift me back to the treadmill mindset and be like, okay, so you're just here being in your boring ass treadmill again, staring in front. Well, that might be a possibility.
If it's
Mm.
boring, why would you still do it?
First of all, fat loss. It's more towards like health, of course. But why do I still do it? I feel happy running with people, of course.
But you
Like
said you
it's
run on a
all
treadmill.
yeah. Like here's the thing. Like I mean, aren't we talking about like me and you while we're running
That was the
together? Like
only
why?
time, dude. That was the only time.
That was the only time. But in general, on treadmill, I always feel dead
Hmm.
towards the end. Maybe the first 10, 20 minutes, I feel okay. After that, I just tend to feel dead. But when I was running with you, like even though I'm tired, I still push myself and I really enjoy the moments.
Hmm.
Um, I do a lot of hiking though, and oh, speaking of hiking, I have a lot of hiking high, like because I enjoy the nature and I enjoy like spending time hiking with people. So when I was hiking with my friends, of course, like towards the end, like even though I'm tired, I'm like, oh my gosh, like let's hike more, let's go faster, let's hike further up. And my friends tend to, sorry, I dropped something. And my friends tend to have the same feeling, which is very, very good, but not in running. I think that environment it's a very huge factor.
Actually, if you mentioned you like hiking, have you tried
Yep, I do.
trail running? It's
Ooh,
essentially
trail
running
running.
through the mountains.
No,
I mean,
it sounds like a,
you said you
yeah.
run. Sometimes you feel high and you just run up the mountain. Trail running is essentially running through the mountains, running through these terrains.
All right.
And
I mean, it sounds cool.
I'll show you my trail running shoe, and I think it looks exactly the
Oh
same
yeah.
as your uh hiking shoe. This is the lugs of the shoes. This is how thick
Wow.
it is. I mean, there's still
Yeah, the,
mud.
the flower it's like,
It's still mud from across country.
huh?
And yeah, the
But
lug.
but believe it or not,
Yeah,
no, believe it or not, I don't have a hiking shoe. I just use my running shoe to hike.
is the thing.
Or
It's quite.
uh-huh.
Uh, if it's dry, it's still okay. But if it's wet, like 'cause in the UK, it's wet now 'cause it's going to winter. Wait, what
Uh-huh.
season am I in? I think I'm in the fall season. I think fall, autumn. Oh no, I suck at
Yeah.
this. I think it's fall now, so it's gonna rain a lot and it's wet. So yeah, I
And you're in Cardiff.
yes, I
You're in
Cardiff,
Cardiff?
and yes,
Cardiff.
so like if you have a pair of trail running shoes, it'd be even better, and you can wear this for hiking as well. Doesn't.
So for me, I mean, right now I am in Malaysia
Hmm.
and tropical country. So if sometimes I even go there with like flip flops,
Yeah, yes,
not flip
because
flop.
yeah, if you try to run in the flip flops, it's a bit difficult. But I know
Oh yeah, yeah.
there are flip flops which are designed for trail running as well. So you know the ones with the
So,
strap
so
above
yep,
and
yep.
the ones behind. Those are
So
and below there's these lugs. These are trail running slippers. Yes, trail running slippers.
so for me, like I wear those for hiking. I don't wear those for running. I never do jungle trekking running. No, what do you call that again? Hike run?
Trail running. Trail
Trail
running.
running. I never did that before. Yeah, I never did that before.
You could
But
try, literally.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, do not buy spikes because spikes are not built for that.
Huh?
Not,
Spikes are not built for
spikes are not
that.
built
Of
for
course.
trail running. So it's trail running shoes for trail running. Spikes are for cross country.
Okay.
So yes,
Yeah. Now let's divert the question to you. Like, do you have runner's high?
I I don't know. I
You
don't
don't
I
know.
don't know. I just do the same thing over and over again. So I don't know. I mean, uh, well, maybe I felt it when I was starting to run back then, but now not really. But I think I had one feeling of runner's high back in my long run. During my long run, and that was before the Cardiff Half Marathon.
Uh-huh.
So I just felt like how to say I f- my performance was dropping, and suddenly I had
Uh-huh.
a sudden surge of energy and happiness, and my performance went up. So I would say it was a bowl graft, a bowl graph,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's the only time I've experienced runner's high this year.
After how long?
I have no idea because I've been running for 2 years, so I would say yeah, I think I've only experienced runner's high this year, and it was that time, which was
Mhm.
I would say July.
July.
Check my watch. Now, cause you know,
On the side.
cause the messages will go through my watch and it vibrates in my hand.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yes.
Right, screw that. Screw the watch thingy, runner's high. But why do you think you don't get runner's high?
Okay. I actually don't know. Maybe I have no idea. Maybe I know I always zone out when I run. I lock in. I just run.
Uh-huh.
Empty-minded. No
Hmm.
thoughts. No
So
nothing. Raw dog.
raw dog. Oh yeah, you don't even like listen to music when you're running.
Yeah, I don't
That's the
listen to
most
anything.
insane part.
So like I don't know. I don't get
Yeah.
anything. Just
Mhm.
yeah. Perhaps I feel better after the run. So like maybe that's my runner side. So I feel better. I feel more energetic.
After.
Like every time when I'm sick, I would still force myself to go out and run, and eventually I'll feel better. And let's say on a sick level, before the run, the sick level was 100, and after the run, it becomes 20% for the day. I
Oh,
have no idea.
okay.
It just feels that way. Maybe medically, no.
Medically, no.
Feels that
Medically,
way.
no.
Feels that way. Psychologically, yes. Sorry, mentally, yes. Psychologically, yes.
Right,
Physically, no.
basically. So, like, after your run, do you feel tired?
Depends if it's a Sunday long run. Yeah, I might have to nap a bit, but sometimes I here's the problem. When I
Mhm.
nap, I don't understand how people can nap for like half an hour or 1 hour. When I nap, it's 4 hours.
May it makes sense because you do long distance running,
No, not this is not
and
just long distance, it's like normal naps. My normal nap's
in
like four
general.
hours or 6 hours. Essentially my nap
Uh-huh.
is sleeping.
So how's the sleep schedule? How long do you sleep per night?
I let me check for my Garmin.
Oh,
Let me check. So uh today I slept for 7 hours and 45 minutes, but the day before
oh,
was 15 hours.
holy cow!
For 2 days, 15 hours, 10 hours, and yeah, so I'd say I sleep average perhaps about 11 hours. S-
But because you do a lot of intense run too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it does make sense. Like when you start doing like intense running, like you get like physically fatigued, mentally fatigued sometime,
But here's the thing,
and
I'm currently I'm currently not training very hard as I used to because I am off season. But the
uh-huh,
thing is I have to bounce back to be on season because I've because cross country season starts now, and
uh-huh.
so after my Cardiff half I actually went on a recovery program because I had to recover my legs and everything. So in that period of time, that 1 month period of time, I didn't run that much. It was very light. You know, the activities were very light and everything. So but I still nap for 4, 5, 6 hours,
Wow,
and
that
it
is.
is only a few days ago that I
Mhm.
my sleep schedule went back to 12 hours and above. I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it became worse after I took the caffeine pill.
Oh, caffeine pill, of course.
Yes, it became worse after that. So
Yeah,
yes,
caffeine pill. Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense because I know you're not a coffee drinker, right?
no, I'm not.
You don't really drink coffee,
I mean,
and you just take.
I like Americano. I enjoy it,
Mhm.
but
Double black.
I've stopped drinking coffee for now.
Yeah, double black Americano.
No, just normal Americano.
Just oh, I love double black.
No,
Double black.
just take normal
Yeah.
coffee.
So,
No sugar, no
yeah.
creamer.
No sugar, no cream, all the way. High five.
Raw dog.
Oh, yeah, it does make sense because like after a long run or like a long time of not consuming something, you just like take caffeine pills and your body might react strongly to that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say normally caffeine normally takes like around 12 hours to 14 hours to dose off. So it's a very long time. And people does I mean scientists does recommend you to recommend the public to take their last shot of espresso or last sip 10 hours before you sleep. So that is the recommendations. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
um and um since you did not take caffeine for a long time, maybe your tolerance of caffeine is very low. So
Sensitivity
it takes
increased.
yeah, the sensitivity is like very, very high. So it might affect your sleep, which is not that surprising from a scientific term, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like, like every day you eat like hot food, maybe let's say after finish frying like some chicken or whatever you should put in the mouth throughout time, you would when you bite a chicken you wouldn't feel that like hotness in your mouth, like the
Yes.
burning sensation. And because your skin like get used to it, the tolerance went up. But let's say you stop eating fried chicken, I mean immediately out of the walk for let's say a month. The next bite you take, you'll be like, oh my gosh, like why am I like my mouth is burning. It's like so oily, and I mean not oily, but like you might see a lot of like what do you call that? Like watery thingy.
Sorry,
Um,
I just burped
it,
saliva.
no, like in Mandarin we call 起泡.
Blisters. Is it?
Blisters, yes, blisters. So like, so it's the same analogy to like caffeine example, which used to be a caffeine drinker, and after a long time not drinking coffee, your body's like, oh, so I'm not used to caffeine anymore. When you start applying caffeine again, whoosh. So mm, does make sense. But back to the initial question, why do you not feel runner's high anymore? Like,
I
why
have
do you
no
think that
idea.
happened? Have like,
I have no idea. I don't.
uh,
I mean, maybe I felt it before when I first started running. Like, oh shit, that's why I like running. But now I just do it because
now
cause
you
I
just
cause I do it competitively and just do it.
have you consult like your coaches or
The thing is, I actually I have coach. We have coach, but I never tend to do sessions, and
mm,
yeah, I train by myself because I can't be bothered to travel there and train. I prefer
yeah.
to train at my own freedom and whenever I like, however I like. So yeah, I paid for a running app
Oh,
called
oh
Copa,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and I just follow it, even though I have a coach and I kind of don't attend to any of the sessions. So yeah, because it's part of the club benefits which I'm part of, and I never utilize it.
yeah. But the question is runners high. Do you still love your sport?
Mm, I like my sport because I can see that I'm improving quite a lot. I'm actually improving quite significantly.
Mhm. See, I noticed one thing you said. Like you said, you like your sport. You don't love your sport.
Yeah, I just like it because I can see the goals being broken, goals being made. If you ask me if I
So,
love this, nah,
mm,
but I do
so
it.
it sounds like you just do it because just for the sake of doing it, and you like it,
Yeah,
but you don't love it anymore.
I
Is there a
just
potential reason from there?
I have no idea. It's just I don't really love it, but I like it. But yeah, I even invested a lot of money on my shoes and all.
Yeah, you did.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I can tell you I have a lot of shoes now, and I just bought another
Mhm.
pair. I mean, I bought a pair of spikes because I don't want to run cross country and trail running shoes anymore. So I bought spikes. So I've got like 7 pairs of running shoe, and I might buy a new one again.
Seven pair. Do you use all of it, or do you just like
Yeah, I
use?
have a rotation basis,
Hmm?
so like different shoes for different types of runs. So like I have three carbon plated shoes. Two of them I use for race days, and one for tempo training, tempo, and intervals. And then I have one easy shoe, one trail running shoe, and one which is coming cross country spikes.
Sounds fun
And
though.
I might buy another easy shoe because mine is running out of mileage.
Which mean the flower of the shoes getting ripped off.
Yeah, it's. I'll show you how bad it is, but it feels fine to me. Like you see.
It looks good to me.
No, see this part. See this part. See that?
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a part of it that chipped off.
Yes, the whole entire part.
Yeah,
Like everything else is still perfectly fine. Just that. Just that.
yeah,
This
yeah.
shoe
That.
mileage is 600 kilometers.
Mm.
But yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna do? Like, we live in a world of AI, right?
Yes.
I want to chat GBT it and be like, what potential reason that I stop stop having the feeling of runner's high? And let's see if like chat GBT could be our quote unquote doctor.
Mm-hmm.
To viewers, highly not recommended. Chat GBT is not a doctor.
But I mean,
Always
but I mean,
legal.
there are instances where ChatGPT is way better and way more accurate than the doctors themselves.
Ooh. It does make sense in those aspects because one thing that AI do perfectly well is consistency.
Mm-hmm. Yes, consistency is key.
Consistency is key. Wait, my laptop is not working, so let me try it again.
I'll
So
do it. Did you even pay for the ChatGPT function? No.
I'm not a huge ChatGPT user. I do not pay for any of these, but um, it does work. Wait, what potential? What was the question? What potential reasons that I stop feeling runner's high while running? So the first thing that Chat GBT give it to me is adaptation and plateau, which is if you're following a similar running routine for an extended period, your body might adapt, making it harder to trigger the endorphin rush. So, what is endorphin? Endorphin means it's the pain reliever when you are running. So, technically, for example, if you are running and you accidentally twist your leg,
Dude, that will still hurt, dude. I'm not kidding.
it does still hurt, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it intention.
It hurts the hell out of me because I remember I wore, because you have to train to wear these race specific shoes because the stack height is quite high. I'll show you from one of my race shoes. Like as you can see, the stack high is this
Wow.
high. I'll take another race shoe in comparison. So this is the different race shoe. You can see the stack high.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot differences.
So the volume is accidentally reduced.
Yep. So technically, like, what endorphin is when you accidentally twist. No, it still does feel very pain, but it doesn't feel like very, very like significantly pain like you want to die. So I'm not sure if you feel this before, but I do. When I twist my leg when I'm running, I still could run and I still keep up. I could do it,
With those
but
shoes, I stopped running for like a week because I twisted
no,
my
no,
whole
no.
ankle.
What I meant is like during the moment. After the moment. when you stop running,
Okay.
when you shower, finish, coming out, suddenly like you feel like the bunk out, like the swollenness is there. You just need to like put your feet right there because you just can't move your feet at
For
all.
me, it was once, because this when I first started wearing these to train to adapt to it.
Right.
Once I sprained my ankle, I just stopped running and walked home because it hurt so bad I couldn't even run home, dude.
But you can walk home, right?
Painfully,
And
yes.
yes, but after that moment, after walking back home, like settling down yourself, don't you feel the pain is worse?
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yes,
Okay,
even if I put weight. Now, back
if you put it away.
according to my ChatGPT, they say why am I not feeling it is because of genetics and effort level and
Uh-huh.
stress, fatigue, or mental state. Now, I I don't agree. Okay, I mean, like I don't feel that those apply to me. They asked me to run longer, which I already do. Focus on enjoyment. Avoid obsessing with metrics.
Well, that kind of makes sense to me.
No, no, no.
There's one.
I have to follow numbers. So yeah,
There's one thing from ChatGPT that gave me was overtraining or fatigue. So mental and physical fatigue, overtraining can lead to physical exhaustion and mental burnout, both of which can dampen the euphoric feeling associated with running. So overtraining can cause hormone imbalance, which it will, including those involved in stress regulation, which can interfere with mood enhancing chemicals.
yeah.
Okay. And then another one shows sleep quality and recovery. Poor sleep impacts mood and energy levels, which yes, making it harder to experience the usual euphoria. Making make sure you're allowing enough time for recovery to avoid burnout and fatigue.
But first this thing from mine, it says even if you don't feel runner's high, running has its benefits and everything. But whatever, I agree with what it says. I feel a sense of accomplishment and my mood is better. Perhaps stress is a little bit elevated, even though I don't feel this euphoric high. Maybe
Right.
mine is backside,
All
like
right.
like the sense of feeling good for the whole entire day rather than feeling good in that specific moment itself.
Mhm.
And I usually I usually my mood is usually better after the run, and I feel happier normally.
And one question, of course, like ChatGPT gave this. Do you always use technologies like phone or
Dude,
your laptop?
yeah, I always use technology. Even during runs, I wear a heart rate monitor strap to track my heart rate
No,
and
when I say use technology, I don't mean by that. I mean by looking into your phone all the time, looking into your laptop all the time.
I mean all the time.
So,
I'm still a student now. I have to look at my laptop every day.
right. So it talks about like mental fatigue from technology. It's very like surface level. It's not very deep. Maybe you could do some research on this. Like, it says constant exposure to screen and stimuli can make it hard to tap into a flow state during running. The flow state. Taking a break from digital device before a run might help you re-engage mentally.
But here's the thing: I on my long runs, I just pop out of bed and take my phone and I just go
Mhm.
out and that's it. So yeah,
Okay, so that's not
there's no like any technology, sorry, any mobile interactions. I just grab and run out.
okay. Um, do you always run alone? Yes, you do.
No,
I guess no.
cause I lead people in running. So I lead the Couch to 5K sessions on Tuesday and the interval sessions on Wednesday, and as well as
Okay.
the Sunday long run group on Sunday. So I'll be running with people on these 3 days, and I train by myself on Thursday, Friday, and maybe Saturday. So yeah, so 3 days of running with people and 2 to 3 days of running alone.
So it doesn't seem like it's a social and community support issue.
Nope.
How is your diet? So this is one thing that I think that we have a lot of conversations of this. It says nutrition, timing, and blood sugar. Low blood sugar. If your blood sugar is low during a run, your body might not have enough energy to
I
generate the
Here's the thing.
endorphin.
Here's the thing. Now, most nowadays, I take dates before I run. So these are medjool dates.
Uh-huh.
You know, like when Hari Raya is here and people do puasa
Yep, yep.
and they eat these dates. So these are medjool dates. These are not the ones they may eat. They may eat
Uh-huh.
something. They may eat other dates, but yeah, these dates are highly packed with fiber and sugar and everything. Like
And
I'll try to eat one and I'll show you how thick this how like these natural sugars harden up. And
oh,
yeah, so I'm not sure if the camera can see. See something white there? Something white
yeah, yeah, yeah.
around.
I do. Uh-huh. At the edge of the thingy, right?
Then let me spread open it up. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see, not the fiber part, but like around there.
Top side. Uh-huh.
Can you see something small, something like a rock,
Yeah.
something like a small rock?
Yes, I do see it.
That those are
Yep.
sugars, like natural sugars that's hardened.
Those are sugars.
Natural
Hard rock
sugar.
sugar. Natural sugar. Would you drink a lot of water?
I do drink a lot,
Okay,
obviously.
so that is funny. So technically, ChatGPT couldn't help you.
No one can. I mean, maybe maybe I do
Uh,
get this feeling, but I don't realize it.
Potentially, because you are like very focused on like the present moment. Maybe you have been focusing more on your breathing rather than your feelings.
Obviously, yeah,
But
I focus on because
on
I essentially meditate every single time I run. So like
right?
focus on breathing, focus on the form. Am I okay? Am I doing well?
And
Cause
right.
yeah, cause I want to perform like how my other teammates perform. They are way faster than me. Like in a cross country event, their time was 32 minutes ish, and I got 46. So I'm 10 minutes and above slower. Well, they always say comparison is thief of joy, but I'm trying to make my way into their level. So I'm I'm working very hard in training and everything.
So comparison could be a thief of joy, and also can be a motivation thingy. So like, to me, it depends how people perceive the information. So like, if you're comparing yourself with others, you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, why am I not doing good enough?" Blah blah blah. Of course, that's a thief of joy. But when you look into like a perspective of like, okay, if that person can do it, I can do it, and be
No,
like,
I
okay,
want to
what is
do
that
it.
person and
I
you
want.
won and you're committed to do it, right? So like instead of doing that, maybe you can analyze like how that person run, what is that person breathing pattern, and maybe you can try it out and apply it on yourself.
Apparently, they're just too good.
No, no, it's not just that. Of course, like genetics play a matter, like that. That's a lot of stuff. But like most importantly, like, do you enjoy running? Do you still love the sport?
Nah, I got no idea.
Mm, you have no idea. It sounds like a no to me, though. Uh, debatable. So of course, like you run, it's not of extrinsic motivation, it's more intrinsic motivation. I could tell because extrinsic motivation is that you run for the prize and you're not. You run because you want to run. But of course, if you're not dedicated to run, you're not gonna spend like this much money on the shoes and all those stuff. So I feel like you might lose your motivation in running, even though you're just doing for the sake of running and just for the sake of like being in a club or for mental health. But that's my experience from what you're conveying to me.
Uh, I mean, are you planning on joining a club?
Running, no. Hiking, yes. Running, if you're back, I'll definitely run with you, but you have to accommodate me a bit.
Hmm.
Um, not running. I'll just do my normal exercise, whatever I want to do.
What about
Yeah.
trail running instead of just hiking?
So
Are you
if
keen?
if I have the people to do it with me, I would try. But of course, I'm not gonna like last long. I know for a fact that I suck at that. But
Hmm.
what is your perspective of my experience towards you? That's what I'm more intrigued in.
What do you mean by that?
Like that's what I'm like more excited to know. Like from my comment on you for not feeling the flow state of running, is it because or is it like how it sounds like how I propose it to you, like my experience on you?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Oof,
As I said, I just do it.
just do it.
Like, as I said, I shut off my mind when I'm running. So yeah,
Okay, so that makes sense. What I see is that you shut off your mind. You want to be present. You just want to be there,
yeah,
enjoy running, right?
I just shut
So
out of nothing.
yeah, that makes sense. So technically, you're going away from the world, giving time for yourself to run, enjoy the present, enjoy the moment,
Yeah,
and whatever happens, happens.
yes. So like,
Huh.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so technically what I'm hearing is that when you're running, you're not looking for performance. You're looking for to be present.
And performance.
Performance, but you shut your mind.
I'm looking at the numbers, of course.
Looking at the numbers. Thinking of the numbers. Oh, I gotta hit this target. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so we will figure it out. What is going on in you?
yes.
Yeah. We can't figure it out now. We'll figure out next
You
week.
don't have to figure out. It's fine.
You don't have to figure it out.
Mhm.
Just leave it. Most importantly, you need to, whatever you do, be present, enjoy the moment. Yeah. I mean, what runners high this thingy is just like something that for like high performance athlete, maybe it could be an indication of like, do you still love your sport potentially? And if let's say this also could be a good indication, maybe to see that, hey, are you doing things right? For example, are you overtrained? Maybe you do not have enough sleep. So it does make sense when you don't have enough sleep, you don't have like those runners high thingy because
Do I sleep
your
15
brain's,
hours or 10 hours,
bro, you're a different story. But you know what? Let's chat GBT this.
Because
If I
I'm
over,
living
yep.
an unemployed life, and this life is running out, and I'll be employed. I'll be stuck in a corporate world. I'm sorry, I'll be stuck to a 9 to 5 slavery after this period of time, just like you.
Understood. Okay, back to this runners high thingy. We can talk about that later. My question to chat GBT is if I oversleep, do I have runner's high? First of all, it says you might feel sluggish. Oversleeping, especially beyond your usual
Here's
sleep
the thing.
duration, can sometimes
I
make you feel groggy
I disagree on that. I do not oversleep. It is a normal sleep.
for you, right?
Yes.
That's good. So the second thing is your mood. So this is not oversleep, right? That is considered normal sleep. In that case, all these doesn't
Apply.
really apply to you. Yeah.
Medically, people would say I'm oversleeping, but it feels good. So yeah, I don't think I am.
I mean, everyone's different. Like, some people, there's a gene called a DEC2 gene.
Isn't it the one where you sleep a little bit and you feel good?
Yes. So technically, people with those genes, they just have to sleep
To
4 hours
or lesser.
and they have a sleep of like a normal people 8 hours.
What about the one
And
of the opposite?
Opposite, I don't know. I did. I so in that aspect, I did not go through like any scientific journals of that. Maybe I should do some research on this. Yeah,
Nah,
maybe we could do
it's.
a podcast next week about sleep. Who knows? Um,
But
I mean,
talking about
this is
sleep,
just
I am taking ashwagandha lately. Have you heard?
What do you think of like? No,
Have
I
you?
did not like talk about that first.
So apparently, it's a supplement that
Uh huh.
improves your sleep, decreases anxiety and everything. But in my opinion, I have no idea. I don't even know whether it works or not. People have been saying, "Oh, it works. It helps them relaxes more." In my
Uh
opinion,
huh.
I can't tell. I can't tell anything. I can't tell. Seriously, it feels the same to me.
Okay. I mean, also nowadays there's a lot of placebo.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
So
I don't know whether these people are just like they feel less. I don't know whether these people have these placebo effect because they actually take something. But in my opinion, even though I took it, I feel the same. So
um, I'm actually googling, and there's some. I forgot what's it, MAG or some supplement SG. I really forgot the name of the supplement. That supplement for me, it works out. It works out to help me to sleep. It's like something. It's a magnesium supplement. It's like it's three letters, but it's like magnesium something something. And doing that, I feel like my sleep got deeper. Personally, lah. Personally,
like,
I feel that.
I don't know how people actually like feel or they have a better sleep. To me, I feel good after sleeping. So even though I take magnesium as well, so
Okay. And you don't feel anything?
I just feel normal. I
Normal.
mean I haven't been eating my vitamins properly lately, so I still feel normal.
Because okay. Maybe your vitamins are like it's not inconsistent. It's like
Maybe it's a
a placebo.
placebo.
So it might be a placebo.
It's quite
Oh, big
it's
topic.
quite cheap. It's like £10 for like for like a lot of pills. £10, 60 ringgit. I don't think you can get it in Malaysia for like that price.
I mean, like, also, if it's cheap supplement, I can imagine that um the amount of money you pay for it is the amount of quality thing you get.
I have no idea. It feels the same
So
to me. Like
I,
I paid the same price for my iron pills, and they smell like iron and taste like iron, so I think it is iron.
oh, you know what? Like, have you guys heard of fish oil before? I think everyone
And
does.
I take I
Fish oil.
the thing. Oh, by the way, there's
Fish.
codfish oil, and
Mhm.
I don't know other fish omega 3.
Okay. Omega 3, yes. So omega 3 is fish oil. They
No,
said once you take omega.
there's two different fish oils, so like omega 3 and then cod liver fish oil or cod fish oil. I'm not sure.
So for me, I only heard of omega 3 before. And you know that people said, oh, omega 3 is like very healthy and it boosts your brain, blah blah blah, and it also help you to like be smarter, yada yada yada. So when I was young, I remember that my parents like bought fish oil for me.
Hmm.
I was expecting that I'm gonna get like becoming very smart at the same time. So I just apply like fish oil, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be very smart. And in the end, I'm like, why is my grade still bad? I don't know. So potential placebo, you never know. But definitely it does shows that um fish oil have like something called nitric acid or some acid thingy. It does really enhance your brain, but it's not in terms of I don't think it's in terms of memory or blah blah blah. It's more like brain protection, I believe.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I need to dig the science behind it, but that is my estimation. And it does help, but it's only help like minimally ish. Hmm. All right, I think it's a wrap. A wrap.
Let's go. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. See you guys next week, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward wrap. All right, ciao, boss.